Allow me just for a few moments to attempt something that I consider pretty feeble. An exercise in futility, if you will. To attempt to use all my skills as a writer and as an orator to describe probably one of the most influential people in pop culture history. Chef, writer, traveler, TV host, storyteller, philosopher, advocate, and general decent human being who wasn't afraid to drop an F-bomb to get his point across. For many of us who were fans of Anthony Bourdain, our obsession with his programming began with Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown. But it goes without saying that he had been influencing other aspects of all pop culture years before as an author and definitely as a chef in the culinary arts. The appeal of his show, however, was something universal and very fundamental to the human experience, something we all share in common: food. The one common nomenclature across all cultures, creeds, races, and religion is the need for sustenance. And while it may seem very fundamental and superficial on the surface, his show brought so much depth to a very fundamental question. It's very interesting because it would start off with a very basic question about people's interests, what they like, what they do, what they eat. And yet from a simple sitting of food and drink, it would transcend the conversation into a wonderful tapestry of profound thought and self-reflection about the culture, its rich history, its tragedies, the current political climate, and how it's actually galvanizing the next generation of whatever country he was in. Anthony Bourdain had a natural talent of connecting with people and asking simple questions, but questions that are important to them. The ultimate irony, of course, is that Anthony Bourdain didn't consider himself a journalist, and yet he gave us a window into the world that was unparalleled. Places that we would otherwise never see, cultures we would never experience, foods we would never taste. He also did so without exploiting the culture, without perpetuating stereotypes and myths. Whether it was intentional or unintentional, or completely his own doing, his natural intellectual curiosity about anything really got at the heart of what that culture represented. For me personally, the most fascinating aspects of Anthony Bourdain was all of his failures before he became the icon that he is today. His addiction to heroin, his multiple relationships, his relationship with his daughter, all complicated things that in and of itself have universal appeal because we all know the struggles of addiction in some form or another. We all know the complicated relationships with our spouses and our children. He understood the rigors of life and basically said, fuck it. It is what it is. For those friends and family who really knew Anthony Bourdain, he would probably have the following to say about all this fuss. Wait a minute, who died? Who? Get the fuck out of here. I think probably one of his best qualities as a TV personality was the fact that he wasn't pretentious at all. And he would probably describe those people that say that everything happens for a reason as delusional or just downright stupid. Now, I'm not going to screw up the end of this video by interjecting my own supplemental bullshit. I will say this though, you know you're somebody truly unique when even after your death, you're still raising awareness and elevating the conversation. He will be truly missed. But I'm not going to get sappy about this. I don't think that's what his style was all about. Instead, I'm just going to read you a quote that Anthony Bourdain once said that really stuck with me. And I'm sure it did for everybody. I should have died in my 20s. I became successful in my 40s. I became a dad in my 50s. I feel like I've stolen a car, a really nice car. And I keep looking in the rearview mirror for flashing lights. But there's been nothing yet.
Through this beautiful world, felt the cool rain on my shoulder.